Welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk. And this, my friends, is the Thunder Show, aka the internet's most passionate wine program. And as you can see, we've got a guest. You've seen him in the comments. Chris the Cop is in the house. What's up, baby?
Thanks for having me, man.
Why don't you tell the Vayner Nation who you are, a little bit about yourself?
My name is Chris Hutter, aka Chris the Cop.
I love it. Don't mess with me. Go ahead.
Got his back.
Hell yeah.
You know what? That's the name I go by in the comment section, and you know what? I've been corresponding with you for a while.
Yep.
Been taking most of your recommendations on wine, and here I am.
How long have you been watching the show?
I've been watching it from the beginning. You know, from just probably within your first couple episodes.
How did you stumble? Were you on the email service or?
You know what? I stumbled upon it from a friend of mine, Chris Sapienza,
Yep.
who does a lot of wine tasting, and he told me about it. And we also go to your super tastings
Yep.
with my friends, and it's something that myself and my friends have became passionate about wine.
That's very cool. So
Yeah,
what are you
it's good
drinking
stuff.
these days?
You
Did
know
you
what?
pick these two wines? K-Murph, you?
You know what? I picked the Portuguese wine.
Yep. You've been hot on the Portuguese wines?
Yeah, you know what? You turned me on to it, and I think it's a great value play, and I think it's again your bang for your buck on that.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as white wines, I'm big into the Rieslings.
Yeah. Have you been drinking a lot of the Rieslings?
Yeah, more in
There we
the
go, Mott.
more in the spring and summertime.
Yeah.
You know.
Look at Mott hooking you up with the
you're
wristband. I
best,
love it.
pal.
Good job,
Thank
Mott.
you. And but if I'm going to go white, I'm probably going Rieslings or maybe a Sauvignon Blanc or something. But I stay around there.
So what about the cop part? So you're a real cop?
Yeah, I'm a.
You don't play one on TV?
Maybe after today I'll play one on TV.
I like how your buddies are like, yeah, he's kind of a real cop.
Yeah, you know what? Me and my pals, we're from Yonkers Police Department. We work in the street crime unit. We do a lot of street level, guns, drugs, robberies. And,
Scary stuff out there?
Sometimes.
How is it these days? Like, are things better than they were or worse? I mean, how long have you been on the force?
I've been on the force.
Well, don't get in trouble. Talk.
Yeah,
Talk like you're
no.
talking to the press.
Yeah, no.
No.
I've been on the force. I just started my 16th year in Yonkers, and
have things gotten better with crime? Worse?
down in Yonkers, no.
Worse.
I mean, yeah, it's.
Is the economy in the last 5 years, do you think, create a scenario where it's gotten worse, where people are, not in work as much? Is that going to naturally cause a little spike? Do you think maybe 5 or 6 years ago was a little bit better because people had jobs?
Yeah, no, absolutely. If there's a dip in the economy, the crime goes up. A lot of times you see it around the holidays. You see more robberies and everything because people are looking to get money to try to make ends meet. But it's a job and it's secure right now, unfortunately.
Yeah. What's going on with the racetrack? Every time I pass the racetrack, I want to turn off on my way to my in-laws and make a quick little bet.
The racetrack is big right now. Yonkers.
They cleaned it up, right? I mean, it seems like they've rebuilt it up a little.
Yeah,
no.
they definitely have, and you have some retired cops and our retired commissioner working over there, security, doing a good thing. But it's.
You ever sneak over there and bet on the ponies?
No. Not during working hours.
All right, now before we move on, we have a very big statement. As you know, we were talking about this before we started the show. There's somebody by the name of Chloe that is watching the show right now, and I just want you to know that he misses you immensely, and we're rooting for him to get back in the game.
Absolutely.
He's a good dude. Bill misses you with all his heart.
Should give him one more chance, probably,
you think so?
Right? Why not? Everybody
Chloe, Bill misses you with all his heart. What a job,
I agree.
Bill. We hope he helped
job,
out a
Bill.
little bit. All right, let's get into the first wine. Let me pour it here for you. So, when did you first get into wine? And I'm not talking like Boone's Farm, Mad Dog 2020, trying to impress the ladies.
So forget my college
Yes,
days.
that's right.
You know what? Probably about 13 years ago, I mentioned them before, Chris Sapienza, Mike Papaleo, they started a wine tasting in our job. And it started with about 15 of us, 20 of us that just thought, all right, hey, there's something to do. Let's go out and drink some wine. They brought good tasting Zinfandels Martinelli, Jackass, Katori and stuff. And Katori really turned me on to that at first. I mean,
that right?
Yeah, you know what?
He was on the show.
I saw it. It was great. Yeah, you know what? I met him a bunch of times, but
good dude, right?
Yeah, a great guy.
Yeah.
I mean, the wines, it's debatable. People have their own opinions of them, but you know what? It's something different. And from then on, we just started moving forward with it.
Very cool, man. All right, so what we have here is the Weingart Herbert Kirpen 2008 Sooner Riesling Spatlese, 26 bones, 92 points, Wine Spectator. Spatlese, so we're doing something a little bit sweeter.
Right.
Now, when you do the Rieslings, do you like the bone dry Rieslings, or you gravitate towards the sweet stuff a little bit?
You know what? I like the well-structured Rieslings.
Yep.
I mean, whether it's a little bit dry, whether it's sweet.
It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really matter if it's something that.
Now, when you order a Riesling, being tough cop guy you are, do you sometimes feel a little awkward because some people think the Riesling's kind of like the little girly drink?
Yeah, when I gotta
Do you like whisper it to the son?
Yeah, I have
like,
to.
Riesling
I have to
for the
let them know
lady?
I'm getting it for my
Yeah,
wife
exactly.
or something.
But then you drink like 3/4 of the bottle.
Yeah.
Of course. All right, let's do this now. 2008, interesting vintage in Germany. I think a lot of the wines from the Moselle, which is where this is from, have been showing really well that I've been tasting. I haven't had this yet. I'm excited to try it.
Yes.
It's a great choice. So let's give it a sniffy sniff first. What are you picking up on the nose?
This is why unfortunately I have problems. I've had a broken nose a couple times, unfortunately.
Well, how did that happen? Exactly.
I grew up in southern New York State.
Yeah, got it. So the snippy sniff gives you a problem?
Yeah, I don't get all
that.
the flavors though
Got
from it.
Do you
sometimes,
get stuff? Because listen, picking up the nuances on the nose on wine gives a lot of people trouble.
Right.
Do you think it's the broken nose and that, or do you think you're picking up stuff, but it's tough for you to pinpoint what you're actually smelling?
I think it's sometimes just pinpointing. Like if it's sometimes you get the pear flavor or the apple flavor, or with the Sauvignon Blanc, you even smell the cut grass.
Yep.
I get that, but
So
sometimes when I see
ones.
you or other people go into depth with
Right.
it, I'm like,
Like, what the
I
heck
just
is that
can't
guy
go.
talking
I can't
about?
go there.
So the one thing that strikes me on this wine is it actually has a hint of honey
Yeah.
on the top of the nose,
Right.
which is, I bet you if you rewind every show I've done German Rieslings with all of them, that I've never said that before. It's a nuance that I don't pick up often on Riesling
Right.
from Germany, but it's a big one on the nose here. It's also quite, scented. It's almost like, going into like Saks Fifth Avenue
Right,
through
like
like the
a little
perfume
perfumey, right?
department, like the soaps. It's very, very aromatic. Do you like this nose or no?
I do like
Yeah.
it. I do. It's
smells
got
nice.
a bunch of things going on,
it
right?
does. Let's give it a whirl. 8% alcohol, which is always really exciting about Riesling. They're so food friendly. The alcohol rarely overpowers the food. What's going on here for you? Remember, I didn't make the wine. I have no emotional attachment. You can love it. You can hate it.
If it
Where you
stinks,
at?
I'll let you know.
Good. I love it. That's what I like.
I get that honey that was on the nose. I get that on my palate.
Are you getting I think the apple flavor
Right, I was
is the
gonna say,
dominant
right.
flavor in this wine. Are you also getting a hint? Some Rieslings, as you know, because you drink the Rieslings, can be quite petrol.
Right.
This one doesn't seem
not
to
getting
have
that.
as much. Only on the tail end do I get maybe a hint, like a little shoulder of a petrol. That's it.
Yeah.
It's very fruit driven.
You know what? I definitely taste the apple, like a Granny Smith apple.
Absolutely.
Right?
Very green apple. Tons of pear. If
Yeah,
you had
pear,
like
yeah.
small Asian pears, I get a lot of that. The acidity is not over the top.
No.
It's not like ripping acidity, but it tastes really good.
Yeah, it's very good, right?
Do you like this?
Yeah, I do. I
Could
think
you
this was a great
and
pick.
it's so light. Don't you feel like you can pound that bottle in like 30 seconds?
Absolutely.
Like with a funnel, maybe even.
No doubt about it.
I mean, and I'm not joking, and we're having a little
No,
bit of fun
it's-
because we're having fun. But this is where I'm going with that. The drinkability, which is what a Budweiser commercial or something
Right.
like that. The drinkability on this wine is off the charts. Literally, you feel compelled to just take the bottle and pound it because it's really it's almost like a salivating style.
I thought you were going to pass that to me.
Do you want a little something? Well, we have to put it in a brown paper bag, right? No open container. I mean, I really think that this wine is shockingly approachable and drinkable
Yes.
at a youthful age. 26 bones, it's not inexpensive. But this is very high quality Riesling, maybe a hair short, on the acidity for my palate. I like when the acidity comes out and it's like ripping my tongue,
Right, at the back end there. Yeah,
But
I like that.
But all in all, I think it's really well made, and I can see pairing this with shellfish, lobster, crab salad, that kind of stuff all day long.
I could see just sitting out on the deck, right? In the summertime, spring, with a glass of this. It's
Tell me
very
about.
good.
Are you a sports fan?
Yes, ma'am.
So who do you like? Who's your favorite team in the world? It doesn't have to be any sport. What's your favorite team?
I mean, my favorite team's the New York Yankees.
Die Hard?
Diehard Yankee and Giant fan.
I know. I knew the Giants thing about you. Mott, do you see what Mott just did? Mott just gave him one of,
I to make a joke, we were joking before. I played 4 years of college football, and the Giants, I love them. They're a great team. Unfortunately, the Jetties went a little bit further than us this year, but
It was a good year for us.
Hey, it was.
We had a nice little run.
You know what? I love Ryan. I think he's great.
Don't you love his attitude?
I love his aggressiveness on defense.
Mott doesn't like it. He thinks he's too much of a showboat.
You know what? The guy's giving the middle finger to people in
I love
Florida.
that in Miami. That was brilliant. Did you love that?
Yes, I did.
I mean,
But that goes with his whole.
You think that's an East Coast thing?
It's an East Coast thing. Well, it's almost like a New York
Do you think
tri-state area
Do
thing.
you think Mott's being a hypocrite that if that was his coach, he'd be like, "Yeah, baby."
I hated his father.
Yeah, Mott hates Buddy Ryan.
You know
It's
what?
almost like Buddy Ryan once punched him in the face.
Yeah, you know what?
It was Gilbright he punched.
What's that?
It was Gilbright he punched.
He got excited on the sidelines.
what I love is that of their style of play.
Yeah, the defensive
I
aggressive
love
style.
the defensive aggressiveness. I love the boasting, and whether like
Yep.
Ali, you got a picture
Yep.
over there.
Were you a trash talker?
Yes.
Are you in general a trash talker?
Yeah.
I like how you look at those guys. They're both, just to let you know what's going on there. The cop cam. If we had a cop cam right now, they're like, yes.
Yeah, I don't shut up much, when
Yeah.
it comes to that. I like
Yeah.
people knowing whether you beat me a win, lose, or draw.
They're gonna know.
You're going to hear
You're
from
gonna
me.
know.
Yeah.
I'm going to score this wine 91 plus points. I like it a lot. Know what you're getting yourself into. It lacks the acidity that so many people are attracted to, but for me, I think Chris probably nailed it even better than I did. This is a porch wine. This is by itself, aperitif. People come to the home. You want to do something when they first get there. This is absolutely the kind of wine that primes your palate. Literally, I'm more hungry right now than I was prior to this wine. It literally gets your taste buds going. And so as an aperitif, this is a absolute home run.
I agree with it. I thought it was
You
very
liked
well.
it?
Very well.
Good. All right, good. Let's move on. So Yankees first, though. Like, push comes to shove.
Yankees
over Giants.
I've been a Yankee fan since I've been,
I'll rent it for you.
tiny little guy. At first, I was raised. My father was a Giant fan, so of course you want to rebel against him a little bit. So me and my brothers like the Giants or the Steelers. But then obviously when I got older, I realized that the Giants
You got to go to
were,
your roots. Yeah.
And I the whole '80s thing with Taylor and Banks and those guys.
You were all about those
I
guys.
was all about
Leonard Marshall.
Yeah, Jim Bird.
Thanks. So underrated.
Yeah.
You think Banks is underrated?
Maybe one of the most underrated linebackers I feel ever. I really don't.
That's a bold statement.
I think he was great, but you know what? You had LT, you had Harry Carson, you had the rest of these guys.
Yep.
I don't think you got the props.
How about when Jim Burt dismantled Montana?
One of the best hits ever, right?
Were you just like,
Yes.
that's one of your favorite moments of all time?
One of the best.
How about when
I was
Sean
in college then.
How about when Landetta missed the ball on the punt? That was
that?
one of my favorite all-time moments.
Was that against Chicago?
That was against Chicago in the
right?
fog. He missed the punt.
Yeah, you
That's
like
why he
that?
Well, yeah, I was rooting for the Bears. Because I didn't want the Giants to win.
Are you one of those fans that?
Listen, you know what it's like. If you're the inferior team in town, you've got a complex. But when you're the top team, you don't. Like the Giants, I'm shocked when Giant fans are mad at Jets because you've won 3 Super
Right.
Bowls, or what? You've been just far more accomplished. You shouldn't even worry about the Jets. Just like Yankee fans that are mad at the Mets, makes no sense.
Okay, can
Right?
I ask you something right here?
You can ask me anything, Chris.
There's a guy that we work with, Ricky,
Yes.
who is a
Ricky Henderson.
Huh?
He's fast. He can catch him.
This Ricky's not fast.
The best part is I know your buddy's gonna watch this, so Ricky
that's
just
great.
got pissed. Ricky's pissed. All right.
Ricky is a diehard Yankee fan.
Okay.
But he's older now. He's like 52, 53
Okay.
maybe.
Okay. I like him already.
Still
I
wears
need to miss this.
he wears
miss
the
this
Babe
guy.
Ruth, the Gehrig shirts.
Okay,
That's
he
when
goes old
baseball
school.
was
Yeah,
really
right. Hasn't been real since the 40s.
right.
Okay.
When the Yankees, when the Mets played the Red Sox, who do you think he went for?
The Red Sox.
He went for the Red Sox.
Well, only because you.
Right, well, I brought you there, right?
You brought me there.
Right.
Otherwise, there's no reason he should have.
I mean, how could? I mean, you're still in New York. I mean,
talking
if the
about-
Jets went to the Super Bowl, I'd rather see them win than the Saints.
But if you know what, Mott, I understand. But I'm telling you, if you were a Jets fan your whole life, if you went to high school in Jersey like I did, and you're sitting there in 1990 in 8th grade with the entire school are Giant. There were 4 jet bands in my high school class. 4. We're in New Jersey. 4 jet bands. People are Dallas fans, 9,
Right.
all the bandwagon. If you're a bandwagon fan, you're the worst of all. I mean, that makes me vomit all over myself.
Disgusting.
You know, you can't even watch. Well, now you can watch them, so I can actually deal with people that like out-of-town teams now a little bit. I didn't like the people who liked the Cowboys or 49ers.
Yeah,
or
when
like
you only
you.
got 7.
You know what? That was no good to like the Steelers. You didn't watch them every week.
No,
you
no,
liked
I
them
did. It was
because
like
you
a
wanted to
little
feel better
rebellious
about
thing. Right,
yourself
right.
to win a Super Bowl.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
I hear you.
I was young then.
I hear you. But you know what I mean? But,
Yeah, no, I agree.
So Giants, you know, the Giants always win, and everybody was a Giants fan. 1990 when they won, everybody was a Giants fan, you know.
But if you have the hatred for the Red Sox that most people do, sorry, Red Sox fans, but
Yeah, there's a lot of Boston
I know I'm
viewers.
going to
Be
get
careful.
killed on
But
that.
that's all right.
right?
I kill the Patriots all day
cares?
long. Hate you, Belichick. Go ahead.
But I mean, if you hate them all year long, I don't see how you could ever root for them at the end of the year. Right.
There's no reason for Yankee fans to hate Met fans, and there's no reason for Giant fans
But then
to hate
again,
Jet fans.
it is
I truly
Ricky.
believe that. All right, let's get into this. We've done this wine before, the Epsiode 2007 Reserva. This is a Portuguese wine, $16, bones as we like to say, 50% Aragonés, 40% Trincadeira, and 10% Cabernet, 16 bones. Vinny Testaverde's number.
There you go.
And let's see what's going on here. Want to sniff it up? What are you getting on the nose?
I think we have a little vanilla and chocolate, maybe.
You know, it's really funny that you said that. I definitely get the vanilla from the oak, and there is a little bit of a shredded kind of.
Like a dark
that's
chocolate
a
or
very
something?
good. It's a very good call, my friend.
I think cops are dumb.
You know, that's right. Yeah, you know, and I also get quite a bit of red spicy. There's almost like a pepper thing going on. I also get a hint of leather on the back end, but the vanilla chocolate thing, which could be really a great tasting note, really comes through because you're getting vanilla because there's clearly an oak infusion here, so you're getting a little bit of that vanilla from the malolactic fermentation, but you're also looking at a definite chocolate play here as well.
I get that little spice that you're talking about there.
There's a little bit of spiciness in the back end. All right, let's give it a whirl. You just gave it a look and decided against it?
Yeah. I'd get killed for that.
What do you think? Yeah. I take plenty of grief. What do you, you have to drive home to New York and, you got to
watch out
be,
for the police.
that's right. So, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking that I like the 2006 a little bit better.
Okay. I agree. I really wanted to nail you. I was hoping you were going to like it better.
No.
I just want to zing you.
Yeah, no. The 2006 I think was much better. I think there was more of a...
Do you think it was less aggressive on the tannins?
the 2006?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think it's... I'm trying to
I
remember.
think it kind of dies off a little bit too.
Ooh, you think there's a lack of finish on this?
Yeah.
Let me taste
Or
it.
no?
No, I'm, you know what? It wasn't something that popped in my head, but... Two things right off the top. And this is from Alentejo, making great, great wines. I think this is thinner than the 06, you know? I just don't think it has, it's kind of like my guns compared to yours. This, this is the 06, this is the 07. It's just not there.
Right. I agree.
I think this 07 is fine. I think it's a little disjointed.
Right.
I think there's too much heat. It's only 14.5, but the tannins and alcohol are pretty aggressive and take over and don't allow any of that fruit and subtleness
Kinda
really
get that
shine
little burn
through,
at
right?
the end
There's a
there.
burn.
Yeah.
And I just think it's thin in comparison. I don't think it's super thin, but in comparison to 06, which I remember fondly, this doesn't have the girth.
Right. I mean, this isn't horrible. It's not bad, but it's not the 06.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, to me, this really comes across as like an 87, 86 plus point wine. We have not had a lot of Portuguese wines on this show, Mott, that we have not liked. But for me, at 16 bones, maybe at $1.60, I get excited. But at 16 bones, with the decimal in the wrong position, this is not a wine I can recommend.
Yeah.
Which is pretty disappointing. Because the 06 of this wine was really exciting.
It was excellent.
Did you love it?
Yeah, I really did.
You pounded it like it had the cure inside?
You know what? I think I at least did a case of it.
There you go.
And I.
So you're a little bit disappointed right now.
Yeah,
you
you know
were hoping
what?
for that
I
carryover.
saw this and then I said, "Hey, let's give it a
You
shot."
lit up from excitement, and then we taste it, and it's
and it
devastating.
kind of let you down,
It happens sometimes.
That it
Sometimes
does.
you win, sometimes you lose.
Unfortunately, right?
Unfortunately. Were you like Mott and never thought Eli was going to be good?
No. Why? You never thought he was going to be good?
Mott, you did not like Eli.
That's not true.
I know. Just did you see him get fired up?
Yeah, I like that.
Mott always stuck with Eli. He always thought the Giant fans were too tough on him, and always said he was too young. And then,
I also think it's his offense too, the way the offense is called.
Yep.
You know, I went to see the Cardinal Giant game this year, and it seemed like the Cardinals knew what play they were going to run before they even ran it. And you know, how could the quarterback be successful with that?
You ready to see Coughlin go, or you want to stick a couple more years with him?
No, you know what? I think Coughlin should stay.
Yeah,
I don't think
right?
the defense coordinator needed to leave.
He got
he
killed.
was horrendous.
They threw him out of town.
Rightfully. Oh no, but
you think OC's going to be back?
I hope so.
Mott? You're mad at OC?
I'm a little disappointed in him.
Mott's very tough. He's very old school. Even though
dig
he's a
that,
young
though.
man,
Yeah.
he really acts like those 80-year-olds where, like, if anything goes out of the script, you're off the team.
Yeah, one bad play,
Ryan,
that's it, right?
OC. No, he doesn't like the talking. He likes them to stay in line. You like the discipline, Mott.
No, if you could trash talk, you got to deliver. That's the thing about Ollie. He trash talked, but he always delivered.
Well, but he lost to Spinks, and he lost...
Do you know who was a super trash talker? It was Larry Bird.
Yeah, I know.
I found that hard to believe. I mean, this is
Larry
going back
Bird is
years.
an
I found that.
all-time classic trash talker.
You know, I read an article about him with playing against Dr. J, and he said
I never heard this.
Yeah, he said he said to Dr. J, he goes, listen, you know what? He goes, I always looked up to you. He goes, but I will drop 45 on you if you don't start playing defense on me.
No way.
It was. I mean, it was
No
quoted.
way.
And, yeah, it was. How great is that?
That's an awesome line.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
That's pretty decent. Well, question of the day.
Question of the day. We're going, since we started with the cop thing, we'll continue with the cop thing. What is your best or worst experience dealing with the police?
This may be lurkers. If there was ever a time to come out, are you going to be in there replying to them?
Oh, I'm definitely going to.
Are you going to be in there?
Yes, absolutely.
We're going to air this. We may air this the next day or two.
Okay.
So you're going to be in there replying?
Yes, because I'm sure I'm going to take a beating.
No. They're going to love you. You're a very likable character. Did you know that?
Am I?
I find you massively
That's why I tell
likable.
all these guys, right?
They don't think so?
No, they don't. They love me.
do?
You kidding me?
You, with a little bit of me, we're changing the law.